Jimmy, flashing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Check.
told him nothing but good things about you guys.
family, welcome to everyone. Martha and I, we are so happy to have you in our home this evening. Outside, the Romans occupied Israel. But tonight, here in our home, in Jerusalem, we celebrate our freedom. For tonight is the night that all of Israel has come into Jerusalem to keep the Passover feast. It is the celebration of how the Lord freed our ancestors from Egypt to give us this land, this city, and our temple.
Yes, shalom, welcome. As each of you, our family and our friends, have observed the law and come together tonight, ceremonially clean, so we too have observed the law by removing every bit of leaven from our home, so that we can have the feast of the unleavened bread and the Passover. 4 days ago, we selected our lamb, a young, perfect male, and it has been washed over its years since. We certain that it is perfect.
This afternoon, my brothers and I and all of Israel offered our lambs at the temple. With the blood was sprinkled on the altar by the priest and the fat burned. And right now, the meat is roasting over the fire outside for our festive meal,
It is so wonderful to have all of you here. I hope you are comfortable. I'm sorry for the crowding. We would have had enough tables for all of you, but my husband gives the upper room to strangers.
I thought we were converting students from Galilee. I wanted to treat them like family. But it was strange how they came to be here.
It was odd. Yesterday when my servant returned with the water jar, 2 strange men followed me here. They said to my husband, our teacher wishes to know where the upper room is, so that we may salvation. Now I thought to myself, who among our invited guests would not know where the new room was?
And I thought to myself, who was out of the country last year at the Passover? Of course, I assume they are students of our cousin Theophilus. Shalom, Theophilus.
Shalom, Reuben.
And what well-behaved students you have this
Why, thank you.
And yes, he let them stay when our Theophilus arrived, so he said he didn't know them.
Martha, could I just throw them out just before the Passover? Should I treat my fellow Jew worse than the Romans treat us? Besides, Theophilus may not have known those two personally, but we did recognize whose disciples they are. Isn't that right, Theophilus?
It is true. I've seen them in the temple court. The teacher Jesus, the one who speaks with great authority and wisdom. To yield the room intended to us that such a great man of God is an honor.
You see, who would not consider it an honor to have such a great teacher in their home at the Passover?
Children, Rachel, Tacoma, greet our guests. Welcome to our home. Hello. Oh, Reuben, look how blessed we are this year to have so many new faces with us. Of course, each of you have celebrated the Passover, but not all of you have celebrated it with us. So we will teach you how we do it.
At Passover, we recline at the table as a symbol of our freedom.
We say the traditional blessings over food and drink.
My son,
Daughter.
my sunshine, asks before questions about the feast. And I explained the Passover to her and to all the children.
There are the 4 cups of ritual wine, the bitter herb, the unleavened bread, and of course, our Passover lamb.
Servants, hand washing. As always, we begin by washing our hands. We do this to remove any Gentile impurity or ceremonial uncleanliness. We do it like this before the water, from the fingertips up to the wrist, into the basin, and in the towel. We wash them.
Do you remember that time in Bethsaida when those Pharisees asked the Master why some of us ate our bread without the ritual hand washing required by the traditions of the elders?
Yes, we said it's not what goes into our mouths that we find, but what comes out of our hearts.
Yes, so why are you washing your hands tonight?
Because my hands are dirty.
Oh, how I have eagerly desired to eat this Passover meal with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will not eat of it again until it finds fulfillment in the kingdom of God.
Next, the first cup of wine will be poured, the ritual wine. But we do not drink it yet, not until we have spoken the blessing of sanctification over it.
Papa, why do we always want to drink before we eat?
You will ask before questions, but that will be later. It's not time for you to ask. Wait until it.
But why do we do it?
That is not even one of your 4 questions. We do it because we have always done it. Be thankful the Romans do not tax us for what we have. We must do it this way. In the same way, we always bless God for the cup before we drink.
Papa, what is the last week you said you wouldn't bring out Monica a cup of water to sign donkey?
As of my own, my deepest sympathies, but sometimes the law says that even the poorest man in Israel must drink before ritual cup at the Passover, even if it means selling all his possessions. We drink 1 cup for each promise the Lord gave our ancestors to eat. Through Moses, God spoke to the Israelites, saying, I am the Lord. I will deliver you from the forced labor of the Egyptians and free you from slavery to you. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and great acts of judgment. I will take you as my people. I will be your God. Let us bless God for the first time. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who created the fruit of the vine. And you have given us festival days for joy, this feast of unleavened bread, the time of our deliverance, in remembrance of the departure from Egypt. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to enjoy this season. We now recline and drink the first cup, the cup of sanctification.
Blessed are you, O Father, King of the universe, who has created the fruit of the vine, and has given us festival days for joy, this feast of unleavened bread, and this time of our deliverance, and remembrance of our departure from Egypt. Blessed are you, O Father, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to endure this season. Take and drink.
Now, we will dip the first bitter herbs into the salt water. Each of you take a piece of the parsley.
Everyone now dip, but we do not eat. We eat together. Mama, is it almost hungry? I was hungry. Rachel, please be patient. Mama, did you eat the rabbi pizza today? No, I think he came later when I was busy. Why? All that Lily said, Jesus is patient. And what would she know about that? Oh, she meant Mrs. Billy. For some other things. She told me and Nicole the teachers and scholars know let the children go away because they said Jesus was too mean. But Jesus told the prophet and spoke to children hungry. Then he came on a big hug and said, the Spirit of God wants you there.
Here comes it. She always thinks she's such a little princess.
Well, princesses, we are commanded to eat the Passover with bitter herbs. And the salt water, it reminds us that of the tears of our ancestors, whose hard labor under the Egyptians made their lives bitter. Everyone now eat of the bitter herbs. Servants, remove all food from the tables. Now the second cup of wine will be poured, but we do not drink it yet.
At this time, all the food is removed from your table. In this way, you keep your children to the reason for the Passover.
We teach them with questions, stories, and songs, being between this time.
Well, I think so. Competition?
No, sometimes.
Is it competition?
No.
Well, is it the suffering?
No, the bitter herbs are for suffering, but you have not asked me about them yet. You should ask only the 4 questions.
But when do I get to ask them?
When it is time. No. Go. Do you have your wine?
Yes.
Then it is not time.
Why are you always so hard on the girl?
You learn to be patient. It is good for you. But go. About these 4 questions. I think we'll make it 5. Can you count again? We'll count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now in Latin.
Uno, duo, tres, cuatro, cinco.
3. Never mind. What about these 4 questions? It is time.
Why? I think she enjoys it too much.
The fig does not fall far from the tree.
Why is this night different from all other nights? On other nights, we eat lemon or Emily play. So on this night, only Emily. On all other nights, we eat all kinds of herbs. So on this night, only bitter herbs. Why do we eat herbs twice? On all other nights, we eat roasted, stewed, or boiled. So on this night, only roasted.
My sunshine, she has asked, and we will answer. Through Moses, God spoke to the Israelites, saying, then you shall declare before the Lord your God.
My father was a wandering Aramean, and he went down into Egypt with a few people, and lived there and became a great nation, powerful and numerous. But the Egyptians mistreated us, and made us to suffer, putting us to hard labor. Then we cried out to the Lord, the God of our fathers, and the Lord heard our voice, and saw our misery, toil, and affliction. So the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, with great terror and with miraculous signs and wonders. And he brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land of milk and honey.
The Lord God promised the fathers of our people this land. This land. When we lived here as foreigners, after a time, our people came to live in Egypt. But when we prospered there, the Egyptian king fell, feared our numbers and strength. Like the Romans today, Pharaoh then feared that the Israelites might rise up in rebellion against their oppressors.
My brother, the Romans will think you're leading an uprising yourself with such talk.
You know, Mordecai, it's not I gain strength on one hand, but really prophecies are fulfilled. And the anointed one, Messiah, comes to lead us. Then the Romans will know to fear the Lord.
Some say the chosen one, that Christ is here now. I see no Roman soldiers trembling in fear.
Shalom. Let us tell the story, huh? Story. In Egypt, the Egyptians feared the Israelites. So, Pharaoh oppressed our ancestors, making their lives bitter with hard work, labor, grit, and work. Then, Pharaoh did the unthinkable. he ordered the killing of every son born to the Israelites. God spared one Moses. He grew up in the house of Pharaoh himself. Even as a man, he lived in Midian until the Lord appeared to Moses and sent him back to Pharaoh to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. So Moses went back to Egypt and he demanded that Pharaoh let the Israelites go to worship the Lord. The first time that Moses asked Pharaoh to let the people go, Pharaoh instead made them work even harder. And the Lord spoke to Moses, telling him,
I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as God Almighty, but I did not make my name the Lord known to them. I also established my covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land they lived in as foreigners. Furthermore, I have heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians are forcing to work as slaves, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore tell the Israelites, I am the Lord, and I will deliver you from the forced labor of the Egyptians, and free you from slavery to them. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and great acts of judgment. I will take you as my people, and I will be your God. You will know that I am the Lord your God, who delivered you from the forced labor of the Egyptians. I will bring you to the land that I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I will give it to you as a possession. I am the Lord.
Moses told this to the Israelites. He told this, I, the Lord, I will deliver you. I will free you. I will redeem you. I will take you as my own. Moses told this to the Israelites. But they did not listen to him because of their broken spirit and hard labor. Children, it is time. My children, come to me. Well, are you there? Can I help you? Do you need something upstairs? All my servants, they're really helping me here.
Our master would like to watch the children.
Oh, you stay. You will let it.
Thank you.
Moses performed signs and wonders in the name of the Lord. But Pharaoh would not yield. So, God turned the Egyptians' water to blood, so they could not drink. Are you okay, my brother John?
I fear those at my table are no longer ceremonially clean right now.
Frogs covered Egypt. Hoppy frogs. No, not hoppy frogs. Hoppy frogs. Hop, hop. Yeah. The dust turned to gnats. of the Egyptians were filled with lies. Another thing. But there were no flies in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived. All the livestock belonging to the Egyptians died. But not one animal belonging to the Israelites died. Pestering boils broke out on the Egyptians. Then the Lord rained hail on the land of Egypt. Hail fell and killed everything in the field. The field. The only place it did not hail was the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived.
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Then locusts came and ate everything left in Egypt after the hail. Not a green thing remained. After that, very darkness over the land of Egypt. No one could see anyone else or go out of their home for 3 days. Yet there was plenty of light in all of the places where the Israelites lived.
Hooray!
There were 9 plagues from the Lord, but God would not let the Israelites go. Thank you. You next. Then the Lord spoke to Moses again, telling him,
I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and Egypt. After that he will let you go from here. About midnight I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son of Egypt will die. There will be loud wailing, worse than there has ever been, and worse than there ever will be again. But among the Israelites, not even a dog will bark. Then you will know that the Lord has made a distinction between Israel and Egypt. Tell Israel that on the 10th day of the month, each man is to take a lamb for his family. The animals that they choose will be without defect. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all of Israel must sacrifice their lambs at twilight. Take some of the lamb's blood and put it on the doorframe of the house where they will eat it. Roast the meat and eat all of it that night with unleavened bread and bitter herbs, the Lord said. The blood on the house where you eat it will be a sign for you. When I see the blood, I will pass over the door and not let the destroyer into your house when I strike the land of Egypt.
Moses told the Israelites what the Lord said. And they performed their first Passover, just as they were commanded. There was loud wailing. There was not a house in Egypt without someone dead when the Lord struck the firstborn. But he passed over the houses of the Israelites with the lamb's blood on the doorpost. At last, Pharaoh let the Israelites go from Egypt to settle here and build this city and our temple. And we established this Passover feast to be eaten every year because it passed over the houses of the Israelites and struck the Egyptians and spared us.
At this time, all the food is brought to the table, including our Passover lamb.
The food is returned, but we do not eat it yet. Not until we have washed our hands a second time.
Papa,
Yeah?
what has God done if the Israelites had not put blood on the surface in Egypt?
We don't know that anyone there to try. But the Lord told us what they must do as a sign.
But God gave me a sign not to be the hailstones at them.
So many questions. Don't forget, it was good.
You can't answer my question. It makes sense though. What does? Well, if all the livestock the Israelites had was killed in Canaan, they wouldn't have any land or goats for their Passover. Oh, it was like Abraham and Isaac. God decided to protect his sacrifice. I took the old with your essentials.
Oh, how could I forget? What is our good friend, Rabbi Gamliel? He is always saying, whoever does not explain the following three essentials at Passover has not fulfilled his duty. These are Pesach, the Passover lamb, matzah, the unleavened bread, and maror, the bitter herbs. My brother, so
The Pesach, the Passover lamb, who was slain and whose blood was placed on the doorpost of our forefathers in Egypt. This reminds us that the Lord passed over the houses of our forefathers.
Matzah, the bread of affliction. This is to remind us that our ancestors were redeemed from Egypt.
Maror, these bitter herbs remind us that the Egyptians embittered the lives of our fathers in Egypt.
In every generation, a man must regard himself as if he himself had gone into Egypt. For it is said, on that day, tell your son, I do this because of what the Lord did for me when I came out of Egypt.
therefore, we are obliged to give thanks, to praise, to Lord, to glorify, to exalt, to honor, to bless, to extol, to shower a claim upon Him who performed all these miracles for our ancestors. And for us, He brought us from slave to freedom, from sorrow to joy, from mourning, festivity, and from laughing, and from servitude to redemption. Therefore, let us say before Him, Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Therefore, let us say before Him, Hallelujah! To conclude the answer to the fourth question, we sing the first part of Hallel, which is Psalm 113 and 114. So we stand, if you are able, and we sing together. Hallel. Rising of the sun, we say standing, we will bless God for the second cup. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who redeemed us and our ancestors from Egypt. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. We recline again and drink the second cup, the cup of instruction. The rest and washing. At this time, we all wash our hands a second time, out of respect for the lamb, unleavened bread, and bitter herbs which are about to be eaten. This is our first taste of the feast of unleavened bread, and we will eat no bread in the feast for a week. We wash hands.
Lord, are you going to wash my feet?
You do not now realize what I mean, but later you will understand.
No, you shall never wash my feet.
Unless I wash you, you shall have no part with me.
Then not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well.
Oh, Peter, those who have had a bath, need only their feet to be washed, for their whole body is clean. And who of you are clean, though not every one of you is clean.
Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments and commanded us to wash our hands. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who commanded us to eat the Passover with unleavened bread in bitter herbs. To begin the meal, we each bread some of the bread for our neighbor, and then we dip together in the churros and the second bitter herbs. The churros, it reminds us that our ancestors in Egypt worked hard in clay, brick, and mortar. It looks like mortar, but it tastes like manna. The second bitter herbs, they remind us that our ancestors' lives were bitter, and just a little bit of the horseradish easily reminds us of their tears. Be careful. At this time, we each break some of the bread for our neighbor, then dip together in churros and bitter herbs. Then we turn to the other, do the same, and it goes around. Really.
Do you understand what I've done for you? You call me teacher and Lord. Rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, teacher and Lord, have washed your feet, you must also wash one another's feet. Truly, truly, I say to you, one of you is going to betray me tonight.
Ask me who it is.
Lord, who is it?
The one who dips his hand in the bowl with me tonight will be the one who betrays me.
Should not I, Lord?
What you are about to do, do quickly.
After bread and bitter herbs, we now enjoy our festive meal.
My children, I want to be with you for a little while longer. telling you now, just as I have told the Jews, where I am going, you cannot follow. But the new commandment I give to you, just as I have loved you, you must also love one another. For if you love one another, this is how all men will know that you are my disciples.
Lord, where are you going? Why can't I follow you now? I would lay down my life for you.
Peter, will you lay your life out for me? I tell you the truth. Before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. But do not let your hearts be troubled. My Father's house has many rooms. If you believe in God, believe also in me. For if this were not so, would I have told you that I have gone ahead to prepare a place for you? And if I have gone ahead to prepare a place for you, I will come back to get you, to bring you to be with me where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going.
But Lord, we don't know where you are. How can we know that?
Because I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father except through me.
My brothers, we have a guest in the upper room tonight, whose name I hear often, but I know little about. What can you tell me about this Rabbi Yeshua, this Jesus?
Brother Reuben, I know I'm the youngest brother, but I must be the first to speak. I have news from the region of Gerasenes, where my wife Rachel and I have settled for a number of years. Brothers, you have stayed with me from time to time, and you know the struggles we've had with my wife's brother, Caleb. It all started a number of years ago. He would always be seen with a wineskin, and he would be seen one of 2 ways. Either drinking from his wineskin, or searching for more wine to fill that empty wineskin. Sometime later, I noticed cuts on his arms and cuts on his legs. And then I began to notice he was the one doing this to himself. With stones, he was inflicting this pain on himself. I decided that he'd become a danger to himself and possibly others. So myself and my good friend Elam, son of Perez, who was a very strong man, we bound Caleb in a barn in chains. The next morning, Caleb, who is a very weak man, he's the type of man that requires help to pull a donkey. He had broken free of his chains, and I saw him in the morning with another wineskin. I can recall one time, my wife Rachel was screaming at him, "Caleb, why do you call yourself Legion? Father has given you that name." I did not know what to do. He stopped wearing clothes even, brothers. He refused to stay in the house with us. And brothers, after some time, he began to live among the tombs on top of the hill near the lake. And some of the villagers even told me that it was too frightening to go by the tombs because Caleb had grown so violent. It was odd to me that he chose to live amongst the tombs instead of at home with us. It was almost as if he had chosen to live among the dead because he desired death as an escape from this painful life he was experiencing. And I tell you the truth, brothers, on certain nights when the wind would blow just right, you could hear him screaming from the tombs in agony, and I would hear my wife upstairs weeping, and I did not know how to comfort her. And this is how we lived for many years, brothers. You know this better than anyone. But I come here tonight with a report of good news. Something has happened. I was tending to my flock recently, and a villager came running down from the tomb area, and I stopped one of them, and I said, "Man, why are you running?" And he looked at me and he said, "The one they call Jesus has just destroyed an entire herd of swine. If you know what's good for you, friend, you will tend to your own sheep before they are destroyed." And I thought, I wonder if Caleb has anything to do with this. So I know it's not customary, brothers, but I ran to the hill as fast as I could. And when I got to the top, I saw Caleb there. He was down at the feet of Jesus, and Jesus was there with his disciples. And Caleb was in his right mind, fully fully clothed, and he was begging Jesus, Jesus, please take me with you. But Jesus turned him away and said, go among the towns and go back to your family and tell them what the Lord has done for you. And brothers, I must admit, I feared for my own flock. I gathered several of the villagers together and we begged Jesus, Jesus, please, leave our region. We cannot afford for you to destroy our flock as you have done. I will never forget the sight of the pigs. There must have been 2,000 of them, brothers, in the lake, floating everywhere. And I could not let this happen to my flock. We begged him to leave, and he agreed. He and his disciples left. I and Caleb, we returned home. And when we got home, it was almost as if Rachel could see an immediate change. For Rachel and Caleb fell to their knees, and they began weeping uncontrollably. I was unsure of this change until recently at the Feast of the Tabernacle. And I tell you, brothers, Caleb is truly changed. I don't know. I do not know what this Jesus did to him. But I believe he's the type of leader, maybe like a leader like Moses, who brought our people out of the tyranny of the Egyptian rule. Maybe this Jesus can lead us out from underneath the Roman control, brothers. He is here tonight. Maybe I propose tomorrow morning after we get done with our feast, brothers, we should talk to him. We should talk to him about him possibly being our leader. I was wrong, brothers, to turn away. I would like to express that to him tomorrow. But my cousin Theophilus, you have seen far greater miracles than this. Please tell everyone what you have seen.
Yes, Brother John, I have witnessed this man in my hometown of Capernaum, not 3 days' travel north of here. It is said that he does not teach like the other scribes and rabbis do, but he teaches with great authority and wisdom. That he can heal lepers. That he can cast out demons. You just heard about Caleb. Well, I was curious, and I wanted to see this man for myself. So, with good fortune, I arrived early, because as he began to teach, the room filled. We were sitting shoulder to shoulder in the crowd. There was even a great crowd at the door, so no one could get in or out. And Jesus continued to teach, saying, the kingdom of God is at hand, that we should all repent and believe in the good news. Now, as I was sitting there, I felt something on my shoulder. There were crumbs. I nudged Thomas, and he looked up, and there was a great crack in the ceiling, and then fingers. And then a great slab of the roof was lifted off. There was nowhere we could go. But as our eyes adjusted to the light, we could see. It was Simeon and Hymenaeus and James. We were like, what are you doing? And then I saw they began to lower a mat into the room. As soon as I saw that mat, I knew who it was. It's that paralytic sinner that lays at the city gate, Matthias. You may know him. There was no place for him. He sat right on the laps of the men in front of Jesus. You can imagine the kind of commotion this caused. But Jesus just looked right at him. And he said, son, your sins are forgiven. Blasphemer! Why, we all know the great prophet Isaiah, who had said, who can forgive sins but God alone? And here was a mere man claiming to forgive sins. And in front of the scribes no less. But before they could speak, as if he could see into their hearts, he said, why do you question these things? Is it not easier to say, son, your sins are forgiven? Well, get up, take your mat and walk. But that you may know that the Son of Man has the authority to forgive sins on earth, I say, get up, take your mat and walk. There, before my eyes, Matthias stood. He has been a paralytic all his life, and he stood there. Those who were at the door were running to tell others, and he made his way out of the room. I've never seen this before. A man who can forgive sins? Some say he's John the Baptist come back from the dead, or a prophet of old, or even the great prophet Elijah. But I think he's the Messiah, come to free us from the tyranny of these Roman invaders and restore Israel to the rightful place. He's upstairs. Now we can talk to him about his kingdom. Maybe we can even ask him to be our king. What do you say, brothers? What do you say?
Israel's king, Theophilus?
Yes, Mordecai.
Messiah? Yes, with authority to forgive sins?
If I stood.
Do they still let you teach in a synagogue with such talk? Please sit down. Let's talk. My brothers, do you not see what is happening? Do you not see what is going on? We have this teacher, Jesus, performing these miracles and drawing large crowds wherever he goes. Do you not see what's going to happen if he continues to do such things? The Romans, my friends, they see these large crowds drawing around Jesus wherever he goes. They see these crowds, and they see it as a sign of rebellion. He will take everything away. Our faith, our sons, our daughters, our families, and our temple. And without our temple, where will we go to sacrifice to atone for our sins? As Jesus talks about a new kingdom, he has no army to protect it or its king. Even the high priest Caiaphas knows this. He knows what this is. He even said it's better for one man to die for his people than that the whole nation should perish. Please, brothers, you must do something. The truth is in our midst right now in the upper room. With just a few of his followers. We could forget the authorities. Have them come here and take you to trial, arrested. We've been searching for him for some time now. Please, brothers, you must act with me. If you don't, I fear must act alone.
Mordecai, shalom. Sit down, my brother. Sit down, Mordecai. Mordecai, I do not love the Romans more than you. It is true what you say that Rome is the most powerful thing on earth. It would be insane to provoke them by proclaiming a king above Caesar. It would be madness unless that king had a power greater than anything on earth. And this man Jesus, I've had my doubts. But something happened that changed everything. My wife and I, we are from Bethany. You know, it is just 2 miles from here. Bethany is where some friends of Jesus lived, Mary and Martha and Lazarus. And one day, Lazarus became sick. And his sickness worsened. So Mary and Martha sent word to Jesus, saying, Jesus, the one that you love is ill. But Jesus didn't come. And Lazarus died. Mordecai, as the undertaker in Bethany, I wrapped the body of Lazarus in grave cloth. I placed Lazarus' body in the tomb. And we rolled a stone in front of the tomb. A few days later, Jesus comes to Bethany. And as he's coming down the road, about ready to enter the town, Martha gets up and goes out to greet him. I went out with her. And Martha came up to Jesus and she said, Lord, if you had only been here, my brother would not have died. And Jesus looked at her and he said, your brother will rise again on the resurrection. And Martha said to him, I know that my brother will rise again on the resurrection, on the last day. And Jesus looked at her and he said, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who dies and believes in me, yet shall he live. And anyone who lives and believes in me will never die. And then Mary got up when she heard Jesus was out on the road. And she came out to meet him. And as she came out to meet him on the road, she was weeping. And Jesus came out to comfort her, and he began to weep. And from across the road, as I looked, I thought to myself, look how much Jesus loved his friend Lazarus. Man, I whispered into my wife's ear, could not this man who gave sight to the blind, could he not have prevented his friend Lazarus from dying? And if Jesus had heard every word that I whispered into my wife's ear from across the road, he looked at me, and when our eyes met, it pierced my soul. I saw fire. And then he pointed at me and he said, show me where your body is laid. So I took him to the tomb. And Jesus said, roll the stone away. And I gasped. I said, it's been 4 days. The body stinks. And Jesus said, I tell you, if you will believe, you will see the glory of God. Roll the stone away. So I rolled the stone away with some others. And Jesus stood there in front of the tomb and he looked up into heaven and he said, thank you, Father, that you hear me. I know you always hear me, but I say this to benefit those that are around with me today. And then Jesus called out, Lazarus, come out! Mordecai, Lazarus stood at the opening of the tomb. He was alive. He was all wrapped in the grave cloth, but I wrapped him in. And Jesus said, untie him and let him go. Mordecai, I have been undertaken for 18 years. I have never unwrapped a body. Lazarus is alive. He's alive. It's a miracle. Mordecai, I don't think Jesus' kingdom is of this world. I think his kingdom is from the heavenly world. I have heard that Jesus has living water, and he'll give it to anyone who asks him for it. He's here tonight. What we should do is we should finish our Passover meal, and when we're finished, we should invite him to come down, and we can ask him to give us this living water that he promises. I think it's true. Lazarus is alive. Lazarus, Brother Michael, we must tonight. We must get this living water. This is such good news. I believe it.
They will take our temple away. We will have no place to sacrifice or for our sins. But Mordecai fulfilled so many of the prophecies of old. Prophecies? Yes. Prophecies? You talk about prophecies? Do you not see what's going on right before our very eyes? It's a miracle.
Gentlemen, thank you. Well, I'm certain everyone has enjoyed their Passover meal. Servants, remove all food from the table except the last of the Passover lamb. I am compelled by what the brothers have said. Because these stories, they are amazing. Almost unbelievable. Yet, yes, Gael, Sweet, John, Michael, the Artemis, these are honest men. I must believe what they say to be true. And yet.
And yet, what constitutes the Messiah is not already fulfilled?
Exactly. So, he is not what I expected.
Nor I.
I respect the wisdom of Mordecai as well.
You would have to arrest him?
No, I would have no Jew arrested, taken before the Romans, and tried for sedition. But rebellion, they do not tolerate this. And many will execute already. Pilate, he hears Caesar, but he hears us too. He has but one garrison to do his son, looking down on us from the crowd. But our entire nation is here for the feast. Pilate does not risk a riot. There is trouble. Here for our kids. But if he is the one to bring us peace.
And what's the guy?
He is one. He loves to play the powerful man. Besides, he, or anyone, is not directly lawful in the tradition of our fathers, but in this house before morning on the Passover.
I hope not. The tables are ready.
The last thing that we eat tonight is our Passover lamb, who was slain whose blood was placed on our forefathers' doorposts in Egypt, that they might be saved. It is Afikomen, our dessert. Everyone should have another mouthful. The entire lamb must be eaten tonight, and afterward we will have no other food. While we do this, the third cup of wine will be poured, but we do not drink it yet. Please distribute and eat the last of the Passover lamb.
Lord, it is not finished.
It will be finished. The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains just a simple seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. My soul is now troubled. But what should I say to my Father? Save me from this hour? No. For it is this very reason that I came to this hour, so that God may be glorified. Blessed are you, O Father, who has brought forth this bread from the earth. Take and eat. This is my body, broken for you. Do this, and remember me.
Now we have eaten the last Passover lamb, and we will have no other food tonight. The third cup of wine is poured, but we do not drink it yet. As is the way of all Jews, we give thanks after the meal. Let us say grace. The name of the Lord be blessed from now until eternity. Let us thank Him of whose gifts we have partaken.
Blessed be our God, of whose gifts we have partaken, and by whose goodness we exist.
Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, Creator of the fruit of the vine. We now drink the third cup, the cup of redemption.
Let us say grace. The name of the Lord be blessed from now until eternity. Let us thank Him of whose gifts we have partaken. Blessed be our God, of whose gifts we have partaken, and by whose goodness we exist. Blessed are you, O God, King of the universe, who has created this fruit of the vine. Take and drink from this, all of you. For this is the cup of the new covenant, in my blood, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. Take and drink, for I tell you, I will not drink of it again until it finds fulfillment in the kingdom of God.
Now, the fourth cup of wine will be poured, but we do not drink it yet, not until we have completed singing Hallel, which is Psalm 115 through 118. Please stand if you are able, and we sing together Hallel. are you?
That troublemaker. He's getting away!
Stop, Mordecai! Stop! Stop! Let him go! Even you, if you could see what is peace, but your eyes are blind.
Stay.
You, brother? Should we owe this death because this wanderer who has no house of his own to celebrate the Passover feast, he might be a king?
Sit down, all of you. Shalom, Mordecai. Fear the Romans, but do not hope in them. Hear what our brothers tell us God is doing, and believe as I have believed.
Then I must act alone.
Have mercy, Mordecai! He saved Matthias and Lazarus!
And he saved my brother.
He saved others. Let him save himself. He's God's chosen Messiah. I'm going to find out where he's gone, get the authorities to have him arrested. I must do this.
Blessed are you, O eternal, almighty King, glorified and created, worthy, great things King, Lord of wonders, King, who delights in songs and psalms. He, almighty, eternal. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who created the fruit of the vine. We now drink the fourth cup, the cup of praise.
Father, if it is not possible for this cup to pass, unless I drink it, your will be done.
Tonight, we have enjoyed the four cups, one for each promise the Lord gave us, to deliver us from our burden, to free us from slavery, to redeem us with an outstretched arm, to take us as His own, and be our God. We brought unleavened bread to remember our redemption from affliction and our haste to leave Egypt. We dipped with bitter herbs to remember suffering. We shared our Passover lamb to remind us that its blood was a sign that death would pass over us. This is what the Eternal has done for me. Go now in peace. Shalom. Shalom.
This concludes our Passover presentation. For those of you in the audience that didn't have a chance to partake of the lamb and the other elements of the Passover meal, They'll be summoned back. And if you'd like to give a donation, there's a box by the door, and you will see. But before you leave, I'd like to explain something. This is not just a nice story that we presented tonight. Actually, there's been lots of attention to detail in presenting the blessings and the order of which this entire meal was taken. This is the way the Hebrews have done it for centuries. And we try to reenact what it would have been like on that Last Supper at night when Jesus shared the Passover with his disciples. And the Scripture tells us, of course, after Jesus left from the upper room, he went to the garden and he prayed, and he was arrested in the garden, and he was taken to the authorities, and a mockery of the trial was